What's up, team? I go by the name ShotofADRENALIN. Thank you for making it back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome, congratulations. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, hype, and all that good stuff. Now, Jay-Z sold out 3 nights in a row at Yankee Stadium recently, and the only thing that really outperformed his set list were the people of New York City.
The Rock was indeed the building. Jay-Z hit the stage to a sold-out crowd at Yankee Stadium.
Being honest with you, seeing the city come together like that was more than just a concert. It was really feeding off the momentum of the New York Knicks winning the NBA championship. As soon as that happened, I think we all knew that for the duration of the year, New York City is going to be on fire. And shifting to Hov putting on this show run, it reaffirmed a few things for people. Number one, Jay-Z is still the biggest, if not one of the biggest draws in music today. And that's saying something because the man hasn't put out a full-length album since what, 444 in 2017? The reason why that matters is because cultural relevance and timeless music creates a very particular separation between legacy acts. Some folks, they got the records and it pops when it's convenient. And others have the records and the relevance that can light the world on fire any chance it gets. Which brings me to my next point. New York City's very own bad guy, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, has something to say.
I don't give a fuck.
Now, shout out to J Hood. In response to a question that he posed on his YouTube channel, he asked, can 50 Cent sell out Yankee Stadium the way that Jay did? In true 50 fashion, he wasn't about to let that slide. So he hopped in the comments and said, my last world tour had 103 shows. 3rd highest grossing run for hip hop. Google me, I'm 50 Cent. I think we all knew at some point 50 was gonna try to make a moment off of Jay having his moment, but does my guy actually have a point? So what does it mean to be 50 Cent? It means you had the opportunity to put the world on his head quite a few times in the way that people won't forget. Now, let's be real. 50's more currently recognized for his film and TV endeavors, which is an accomplishment within itself. Don't get it twisted. He is putting out music through his shows, more specifically through the theme songs, as we saw with his beef with T.I. for the upcoming Power series. So technically, yes, he does have new music, but as far as a full-length album, nah, he hasn't dropped one since Animal Ambition in 2014. So let's ask the question, can 50 Cent sell out Yankee Stadium back to back to back like Jay-Z just did? In my opinion, I don't see it, champ. Number one, the numbers ain't really adding up. Now in 2023, 50 went on the Final Lap tour, which was the 20th anniversary tour for Get Rich or Die Trying. Hands down, one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. But that tour was mainly arenas and amphitheaters. Yeah, when he came back to the town, he hit the Barclays a few times. He sold out MSG. Fantastic show run. It was honestly amazing. But Yankee Stadium is about 2.5 times the size of a sold out MSG. So we really got to put that in perspective, especially when it comes to selling that out back to back to back. And truth be told, 50 wasn't booking stadiums for the Final Lap tour. 50's latest stadium show was out in England at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but he co-headlined it with DeVito and Mary J. Blige. Don't get it twisted. 50 is still a headliner, but there's no doubt about that. Like he said, I'm 50 Cent. But with these stadium scenarios, he's usually packaged with other artists to expand the audience. Number 3, stadium runs like this is truly rarefied air. Now, of course, you got the megastars like Beyonce, Bad Bunny, Taylor Swift, who have access to these spaces a bit more frequently because their fandom is so far and wide. But it's also important that nostalgia matches your cultural capital in those moments. Now, it's one thing for 50 to not have the same energy behind the music that he once did, especially at his peak, but the cultural value that he has away from film and TV, I think it has hindered how people see him over the last few years. Now, whether you hate him or you love him, see what I did there? It still impacts if he can put butts in seats. And in this case, I don't know if it's enough to jam-pack Yankee Stadium 3 nights in a row. So why is it that Jay-Z can do this? Well, I think Jay-Z has not only maintained a level of distance and privacy from the public, but he also packaged nostalgia perfectly throughout this promo run for this tour. First off, the man cut his hair. Now, for us melanated folks, for us creatives, you know that that's a sign of an energetic shift. So that automatically grabbed people, because when Jay cuts his hair, it's usually a sign that there's new music coming. And like I said, he hasn't had an album drop in the last 9 years, almost 9 years. So this is perfect timing. Now, after returning to the stage after years of silence via the Roots picnic, it was a great move. It came with a little bit of, controversy, but it also came with him telling the truth about where he is, because the people or the fans that have grown with him, they look at that growth as part of their growth. That's a very, very important characteristic to have within a core fan base. Lastly, he activated throughout the entire city based on the projects that he was performing on each night. Pop-up shops across New York City that highlighted different elements of those albums and those times. It really brought people out in droves. Oh yeah, and shout out to the homie Jazz Woods for curating some of the vibes over at the Reasonable Doubt pop-up shop in Brooklyn. Like the Lex Coupe sitting in front of the venue. We see what you did there. We can get into the nuts and bolts about how Jay actually had all of this come together in the end, but what's most important is a connection to the people and finding new ways to reinvent yourself. That's something Jay has taught masterclasses on for years, so it's no surprise that he was able to pull it off again. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I wrong? Am I bugging? Can 50 actually sell out 3 nights in a row at Yankee Stadium like Jay did? Or is he just trolling again? I go by the name ShotofADRENALIN. Thank you for joining me on the channel. Hit like, subscribe, hype, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take action.